Folks, we're just about 3 weeks away from football on the field. August camp at Clemson. We got Jason Priester on the line from allclemsontigers.com. Got to check out his work right there. Jason, we just got a few days to rest, take a breath, and then, boy, we're going full throttle until, well, I know that the people that read your stuff hope until like the first week of January.
Yeah, it's fixing to be full steam ahead. Sometimes it never stops, man. Sometimes it never stops. It feels like in the summer times it never stops anymore.
It really is that way the last couple of years in college football, and it seems to pile on a little bit more with the transfer portal and with all this crazy realignment talk hitting just about everybody across the landscape of college football. Well, we'll get to recruiting because obviously that has been huge and always is for every team. During the month of June, offensive tackle Ronan OConnell comes in from Franklin, Tennessee. Your thoughts about that pickup?
Yeah, Clemson's kind of been waiting on that first domino to fall at offensive line. They took 3 last cycle, want to take 3 more this cycle. By July 4th, last summer, they had all 3 guys, locked up already. Got the July 4th this year, and that's when they get their first one. Still need to add 2 more, but this was a Clemson-Tennessee battle. And for weeks, I had assumed that he was pretty heavy Tennessee lean, just based on talking to some people and some feedback I've gotten. And honestly, wasn't really tracking him all that closely. Over the weekend, I got a text late Saturday telling me that maybe O'Connell's not quite the heavy Tennessee lean that you think he is. And turns out he wasn't. Clemson's first offensive line commit, projects to play on the interior. Watch his film. He brings that nastiness, man. He brings that nastiness you like to see in offensive linemen. And I think that's something that's always a added bonus when you can add someone that has that mentality to your offensive line group.
I think because of his ranking and maybe some other variables there, 35 offers. That's on the high end. It's not like you never see that, but that's on the high end, which leads me to believe that the big schools, the major schools, and they're all on the list for the most part, are interested, but maybe some smaller schools, group of 5, think that they still have a shot at him, and that's why they kept up some hope and sent out that offer, 6'4", 290. And O'Connell's in the fold, 14 hard commits for Clemson thus far. So do we have any announcement dates out there? Do we have anyone brewing that we need to look out for?
Offensive lineman William Satterwhite announces on Friday, ironically enough, another Clemson-Tennessee battle. This was a guy I thought Clemson was in solid shape with when he came out of his official visit with Clemson that first weekend in June. He only visited Clemson and Tennessee, and coming out of that Tennessee visit, I think they made up a lot of ground. I have no idea right now which way this one's going to play out. I would call it a toss-up. I could see it going either way. If you made me guess right now, I'd say he might be leaning a little towards Tennessee. We'll see. I might be way off on that. Just not a lot of information out there right now regarding which way he's leaning. So I'm staying with toss-up. Another offensive line target for Clemson, Fletcher Westphal, announces on July the 10th. He took visits to Florida, Arkansas, Georgia, as well as Clemson. And I think this is a big 6'8", 320-plus pound guy, 4-star guy out of Virginia. I think Clemson's in real solid shape with him. I think it was coming down to Clemson and Florida maybe. And maybe Georgia's in there a little bit. I just think Georgia's got some guys higher on their board. We saw they got a commitment from Daniel Calhoun yesterday, one of the top offensive linemen in the country. But really like where Clemson sits with Westphal. Wouldn't shock me at all to see him become a part of this class next week when he announces.